Bonjour, weekday wanderers. Welcome to Paris. I couldn't resist the urge to start exactly where we finished last week. So if you were with us last week, we went for a little walk from the Pont des Arts to here at the Louvre. And so here we are now at the Louvre again. And we're going to continue from here, but I just had to show you the pyramid because we didn't get a good look at it last week. It was a bit too glary. So we have 3 people online. Hi there. So we're back at the Louvre where we were last Friday. And I just wanted to show you some of my favorite sites. These things fill me with joy. So welcome to you all and to anyone else who arrives. So let me flick my camera around and show you what I'm looking at now. Now, of course, this is one of my favorite things of all. C'est la Tour Eiffel. And we're at the Place du Carrousel. So that's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. We're in the premier arrondissement, the first arrondissement. So last week I actually went to this lovely cafe here, which is here at the Cour Marly at the Louvre. So let's say bye-bye to the pyramid and let's say goodbye to Tour Eiffel and the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. Hello Susan McGregor, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so this is where I went for my little breakfast treat last week with my children. So that was at the Cafe Marly. It was very, very nice. We felt like $1 million, so well worth it. We have lots of people online now. So hello everyone, if you've just joined us, welcome. I think I see Anne Beckinsale, I'm not too sure. Judy's there. Hi Judy. I hope you're well. Bonne année. Yes, because we were New Year's Eve last Friday, weren't we? So it is the new year, and the new year has started off very cold, and today is a little wet. I'm hoping, it looks like we've got a horrible grey cloud over there. It's supposed to be heading this way, so hopefully I'll be finished before that happens. So I said that today's video was going to start at the Palais Royal. And I was there a moment ago, but I couldn't resist coming here to the Louvre. So let's head back over there now. So we're coming out. Thank you, Judy. Bonne année tout le monde. Okay, so we're going out to the Rue de Rivoli here. So Rue de Rivoli used to be quite busy, but now it is 50% cyclist people. Okay, let's cross over here and I'll wait for the red light to change. Okay, so that's heading down towards the Tuileries and Concorde, and down here is heading towards Châtelet. Okay. So you have lots of great shops along here, Rue de Rivoli. Some are very expensive and some are dirt cheap. Monica, bonjour. Still in my pajamas, as you should be. I would be if I wasn't here. Quelle horreur. Damp here, so I appreciate you being out in the cold and the damp. Thank you. Well, you know, there's only so many days you can sit inside, and with impending changes in the COVID situation, I suppose il faut profiter, n'est-ce pas? Yeah, need to make the most of things. Okay. So beautiful art gallery here. Some beautiful things here. Okay, I'm very aware that I need to hurry, but some of these things are pretty. Okay. Some things I wanted to tell you. So we're heading down towards this is the Avenue de l'Opéra. And as you can see down the end there is the Opéra Garnier, and I wanted to show you Opéra Garnier because it was her 147th birthday this week. Happy birthday, Opéra Garnier. 147 years old. So that was on the 5th of January that happened. We're at the Hotel du Louvre, which is a nice little 5-star hotel here. Don't hurry in Paris. It's the detours that count. You are so right. Absolutely, Judy. Okay, so this is where I actually started. This is the Place Colette, and this is where we're going to spend most of our walk around here. Now, if you remember back, those who've been following us for a while, my very first walk I ever did was at the Palais Royal. It's a return journey, but of course we are tending to go back to places that I love, because, well, this is all the reason I'm here, isn't it? Enjoying Paris. Okay, so Comédie Française. So the Comédie Française is the national theatre group of Paris, and it was established back in the 1600s, and there were various theatres that were set up here, some have burnt down and some have moved and rebuilt and etc. So it's very much changed, but it's pretty much stayed here since the 1600s. It was officially established by Napoleon in the 1800s, 1812. I remember that because of Tchaikovsky and the 1812 overture. Okay, what we have here is, this is the metro entrance. So this is Metro Palais Royal Musée du Louvre. This is line 1 and 7, and this is a very famous art piece. So this is made of aluminium and Murano glass, and it was built in the year 2000. So it's very pretty and very famous. Judy says, should we list the walks? Would anyone like that? Yeah, I think I would like that, just simply so that I know where I've been, because obviously, you know, I've done a few, and I actually forgot that I'd been certain places that I'm planning on taking you to today. So yeah, so this is where I was having a cup of tea earlier. I was going to start my walk from here, but like I said, I really wanted to go back to the Louvre. So this is where I was. This is obviously a very iconic cafe. It's Le Nemours. It's very pretty. Okay, there's also a very iconic toy shop here. Sells lots of miniature things, metal, like toy soldiers and things like this. So beautiful, beautiful things here. Because the last time we were here, it was during like lockdown, where a lot of the shops were shut. It was very, very quiet. So it's going to be slightly different from how it was last time we were here. Okay, so apart from the kiosk de Nocturnable, I know I pronounced it really badly, there are other modern art pieces here, as well, of course, the old stuff. There's a little plan of the Palais Royal. So this was built in the 1600s by for Cardinal Richelieu, and that was in the 1639 it was finished, and then he died in 1642, and he bequeathed it to Louis XIII, and which of course it became a Palais Royal after that. So before that it was Palais Richelieu. Okay, so this is another modern art place. I've talked about the Arago. This was by Jan Dibbett. He did this in 1994. So this marks the Rose Line, or the Prime Meridian, the French Prime Meridian, that runs through Paris. So this is literally running through the centre of Paris. So we're in the first arrondissement at the moment, but we will cross over to the second. Okay, this is another modern art piece, which is called the Les Plateaux, Les Colonnes de Burin. Okay, and this was done in 1985-86. So you've got all these columns here, and they're supposed to line up to the columns on, with my finger I'll point, so all these columns along here, they're supposed to line up with them. So depending on where you stand, you'll get a different perspective. Okay, and it's called Les Plateaux because there's different levels. Okay. Alright, so over here is called the Galerie d'Orléans. This part in here, and there's actually another art piece there. which I'll take you back to in a moment, but we're going to head over here. So when this became royal property, the Palais Royal, Louis XIV, so the Sun King, the famous guy, yeah, I did publish an article on that ago. It was a really long time ago. It wasn't particularly long. It was my one on what do you call it, pilgrimages. Yeah, but I could do a specific one if you like. Okay, so the Palais Royal went to the younger brother of Louis XIV, who was the Duc d'Orléans, and so the Palais Royal was renowned as the seat of the d'Orléans family. Okay, we're just going to take a little detour here. So we're actually leaving the Palais Royal. We're going on to Rue de Valois. So the Duc d'Orléans at one point was, one of his titles was also the Duc de Valois, because they're from the Valois family. And can anyone tell me where we're heading? Does it look familiar? We have the Grand Palais, the Grand Hotel de Palais Royal here, another flash hotel. And anyone know where we are? Anyone know this cafe? This is a bit famous. Well, famous if you like Netflix TV series about Paris. Anyone? Often walk through there, love it, says Judy. Okay, so this is the Place de Valois. Again, it's named after the Duc d'Orléans. Okay, but this is where Emily in Paris works. And that's her little cafe that they hang out at. Yes, Emily, that's right. So, who was I talking to? I think it was Kieran Gay. She wanted to see where Emily worked, and that's where she works. So we're going to head back into the Palais Royal now. So the Palais Royal has had lots of name changes. Like I said, Palais Richelieu and then Palais Royal. And nice piece of art here. And it was also called the Cirque du Palais, and because the original Palais just came to this part here, where the Galerie d'Orléans was, where this fence is that we're coming up to. But when the Paris city walls, the very old ones, were taken down, this freed up a lot of space here, and which is where the gardens were installed properly. Okay. So another modern art piece that was done at the same time as the Colonne du Burin are these two fountains, and they were done by a Belgian artist called Paul Bury. That was done in the same time period in the late mid-80s. Okay, so over here we have the Ministry of Culture and Communications. The other thing I should mention, of course, the main building here is occupied by the Conseil d'État, or the Council of State, which is the highest administrative court in France. So it's a very important place. And over here, this part is occupied by the Conseil Constitutionnel, which is the Supreme Court as well. It's more to do with the Constitution, elections, human rights, that sort of thing. Okay, so very important places. Okay, so last time I came through here, I did a little thing about all of these seats, which have quotes from famous artists. This one is by Colette. Okay, and this alley that we're walking down here is the Alley Colette. So if you know Colette, so the Place Colette is where we entered, and Colette was a famous French writer, and she lived very nearby, so we will actually go past where she lived. And on the other side of the garden is the Allée Cocteau. So Jean Cocteau was also a very famous French writer, and they were contemporaries and friends, and they both lived down the Rue de Beaujolais, which we're heading towards now. So very much this garden is named in their honour. So yeah, there are lots of quotes on these seats. Most of them are from Colette, not all of them, down the side, but these are all women down the side, writers. And down the other side, in the Allée Cocteau, are men. Okay, now I wanted to show you something in this garden I completely forgot. Let me see. Okay, so you see that little metallic thing there? It's actually a little baby cannon. And that little baby cannon was put there in the late 1700s, and it goes off at midday. So every day at noon it goes off. It was a science experiment, which is kind of cool. It was originally set up so there was a magnifying glass that had its focal point on the wick, which then lit the cannon, and so that would go off every day at lunchtime. I've never noticed it going off here. I don't know if I've been here at lunchtime or if I've not noticed it or whatever, but I really should make an effort to come back at noon to see if it does it and maybe video it. Okay, so in the late 1700s, this was opened up as a public garden, so open to the public, and also all of these arcades have beautiful shops in them. Let's go down one of the arcades here. Quite a few of them are empty. If you can imagine, this is a lot of things shut down during COVID. You know, when COVID first started, it's very expensive here, real estate wise, so you can imagine people not being here at this time. Of course, it's still relatively early, so some of the shops are shut, and some people are still on their Christmas holidays. Okay, Judy says, fascinating stuff about the cannon. Let's investigate. Can do. Okay, so these long, beautiful gallery arcades were perfect for people to come walk around when the weather's not the best. Okay, we've got more garden here. And we're nearly at the end. So the road that we have, another restaurant here, Palais restaurant. Okay, down there we also have our restaurant Vefour, and that's been there since the late 1700s, and that was a very famous place. Lots of famous people used to go there. Colette and Cocteau used to live right next to it, so they would hang out there. And Napoleon used to hang out there. So Napoleon actually has a lot to do with this place, because he established the Conseil d'Etat. Okay, let's go across here. So this is the Rue de Beaujolais, and it's so named because the Duc d'Orléans was also the Duc de Beaujolais. So we're heading down to Rue Vivienne. Let me check my time. Oops, going over time. Okay, so here we are. This is another entrance to the Palais Royal, which is shut at the moment. But here is a little monument, so reminder of Colette. So this is where Colette lived and died. So she died on the 3rd of October 1954. Judy says, I love that section where there are artisans, handmade shoes, etc. Are you talking about the Du Pavillon? Just here? But yeah, there are, oh yes, I know, by the restaurant as well. Last time I rewatched Something's Gotta Give, La Grande Coupette. Yes, it is. I went past the day before yesterday, and I was also talking to my dear friend Jerry, who told me about that. So this is a passage. It's very small. Nice little stairs here. But yeah, this is a passage de deux pavillons. Lots of Christmas lights still up. Which leads us here to the Galerie Colbert, which is beautiful. And we also have the Galerie Vivienne. And there's a statue down there, and that's the Place des Victoires. And I'll just point my camera into the Galerie Vivienne. I have been in there before doing a live video, and I lost reception, so I'm not actually going to go in. I'm just going to peek in so that you can see how pretty it is. Galerie Vivienne. I know this is a favourite for many of you, so I wanted to come here and just quickly show you. Isn't it pretty? Somebody was complaining that they really need to do up the mosaic work. Probably should, but in the meantime it's still pretty. Okay, and I'm just going to take you around the corner, and then I'm going to finish there. So this is the Bistro Vivienne. That's me in the window. So this is the Passage des Deux Pavillons. That's where we've just come out of. Okay, and so Galerie Vivienne is absolutely gorgeous. Galerie Colbert is also amazing as well. But that one you actually need to, like, it has security at the door. It's a little less accessible. There is the shoe place, Judy says. Did I see it? Okay. Now one place that I haven't been, Le Grand Colbert, which I would really like to go to, which I might do now, Le Grand Colbert. But another place I want to go to is the Bibliothèque Nationale, which is this building here that's been completely refurbished. Again, it was built in the 1600s. It was the Bibliothèque Royale, but then it became the Bibliothèque Nationale. So this is Le Grand Colbert. Oh, it's a must, Le Grand Colbert. I know, look at it. Pretty. So they still have all their Christmas lights up. Here's a little thing about something's gotta give. Okay. Pretty. Okay, so the Bibliothèque Nationale is just here. And there's another entrance to the Galerie Vivienne. And also the entrance to the Galerie Colbert. So it's not very pretty looking here, but there's lots of pretty things next to it, so it's nice to show that. Okay, I'll get off the road. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so we're heading to the end of our walk. So I just wanted to thank you all for joining me. To the Institut National d'Histoire de l'Art. So, like I said, it's got a security thing there, so just a glimpse. So yeah, in the absence of actually going in to the Bibliothèque Nationale, then That's what it looks like on the inside. Isn't that amazing? So I've never been, I really want to, so I might go there next. So Judy says you're not far from Little Japan either. Yes, so it's just down the end of the street here. I love this restaurant here. It has, look, one of these really old walls. Again, this is part of the old city wall. It's huge. You can't really see it from here. You might be able to see it from here. So this is the other entrance to the Gallery de Vivienne. And again, it looks beautiful with all the Christmas lights and everything. This restaurant here. Look at this wall. It's huge. Anyway. Okay, so we'll finish there, shall we? So thank you very much for joining me on my little walk around Palais Royal and environ. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too wobbly. I will see you next Friday. Not sure where I'll be yet, but if you do have anywhere you really want to go, let me know, okay? So thank you again for joining me. Take care. Bonne nuit to the mom. We'll see you next time.